Hey folks, welcome back to my channel, Patdees, the Traveling Picker. I got good news and I got bad news. So I don't know which to give first, the good news or the bad news. So stay tuned. Hey folks, before we do our intro, can you guys do me a favor? I have another channel, Patdees 3D Printing, and we have about 270 subscribers over there. So we're doing reselling, but we're 3D printing this stuff, and you know,
Ready.
like this guy is saying,
we on tour and we're doing it better.
Yeah, jet flying,
Get stealing,
limousine, no, not limousine, Crown Vic driving, and 3D printing. So do me a favor, subscribe to that channel. All right, welcome back to the channel. I guess I'll start with the good news. Guys, I want to thank you guys if you're new to subscribing. I really appreciate it. Man, that one video I made basically talked about reselling and how my wife lost her job and we got to do what we got to do. So I'm a reseller, and I don't know. I don't know. What do you call, well, yard sales is reselling, but yeah, I saw a car go by. So we did our yard sale today. That's where some of the bad news comes in. But the good news is that we did our yard sale last week, and you watched the last video, Mother's Day, and we did all right. I mean, $213 for, I mean, I was out here, we were out here 6-7 hours, but probably only saw customers for the hours, and did $213. Yeah, obviously you're not getting rich, but that's what I would have netted really if I went to the flea market after you pay the U-Haul and get in there. And the difference is I didn't have to get up at 4:30 versus getting up at like 7 o'clock. And having the ability to come in and use my own bathroom and eat what I want and just be here is just a lot easier. I think once I grow it, once people get to know, because we had a customer come back that was here last week and came back today and bought. So again, thank you for the new 7,000 views, over, I think it's 240 new subscribers just off that one video, and people watch. So I appreciate that. People seemed interested in the video, and I'm going to talk about that video a little bit more and answer some questions. Probably the video after this one. So I did record some of that, but you know, I'm trying to keep it that the content and the context of it is also in order, that people aren't getting confused on what we're doing. So we did our show on Whatnot. That was pretty good news. We had several raids. One I asked for, Harry Tornado, and people bought our soap and our soap dishes, which that's good news. That was great. I anticipated that we probably did $1,000 just from him raiding us. We were supposed to get a raid. I'm not gonna mention no names, but we were supposed to get a raid from someone that really does a lot of sports cards, and we didn't get a raid from him. We got a raid from, he was involved, but that didn't materialize like I thought it should have, and really would have helped us out a lot. So but we did get some tips from those people, so that was amazing. And again, I'll talk about that in another video, because there's a little bit more backstory to some things, and I want to tie it into the video and some of the comments that were made. But so and that's where I'm going with this part of that show. We sold 10 surprise boxes. So basically the boxes were supposed to be that they represented like stuff we get off of a liquidation pallet, you know, toys, candy. I said there would be some Halloween and Christmas stuff in there. We sold them for $35, $35, and $35 plus shipping. You know, but you got like $60, $80 worth of stuff depending upon which box you got, because you know, simple math, if there was 20 items in there at $3 to $5, that was worth $60 to $80. So the 10 boxes that we did sell to the viewers, I greatly appreciate it. Thank you. So the dilemma I ran into, and I know maybe some of you won't understand because I had a conversation with a friend that does online. He's like, "Oh my God, Pat, what did you do?" So I ran into a situation that the boxes that I wanted to make, I wanted basically everything in those boxes that could be used by anybody. Meaning, if an older lady bought a box and I sent her kids' pants, kids' toys, something like all that, there's possibility that 80 to 90% of that box she wasn't going to be able to use. And I didn't want to do that. So I was looking at liquidation.com, and I sold 2 pallets, one from Dollar General, one from Walgreens. It actually wound up being three pallets, but the one deal was a combination of 2 smaller Walgreens pallets. And and I had said to my wife, I'm going, "Oh, what, you don't need no more. You got enough." And I said, "Denise, what I need is pallets that when somebody opens, everything in that box is practical and everybody can use it." Meaning household, maybe oven mitts, candy, party things, tablecloths, and everything that was in that box. Maybe a box of Band-Aids, maybe all kinds of things, So I saw 2 pallets that I thought would work well to basically, and that's another thing is you got to keep in mind. And, someone said to me, "Pat, you got storage units and stuff." I know, but it's not first of all, I got to get on Whatnot. I have to get the stuff sent out and on a timely basis, meaning 1 to 3 days. And I typically like to get my stuff out in 1 day. But I had the show on Monday and I picked up the stuff on Wednesday. So I won them Monday, paid for them Tuesday, and picked them up Wednesday morning. In between Tuesday, I had a doctor's appointment, and Thursday, I had a doctor's appointment at the hospital. So, to go and pick them up, get a U-Haul, and in between, I did a show on Monday and I did a show on Tuesday where I sold about 120 orders, with 10 of those being those boxes. So, and if anybody wants a box, let me know. $35 plus the shipping. The thing is, it's easier to go through Whatnot on shipping because it's cheaper than going through PayPal. But let me know if you message me, and if you're new to Whatnot and want to sign up, there's free $15 you can get off the box, or you can save the $15 and spend it with somebody else. You don't have to spend it with me. I'll put that link. It'll be invite Patdees to Whatnot. I think last week I had 2 or 3 people sign up, and one person actually bought something. So I get a $5 credit. That's what I get for if anyone wants to sign up. So I'm going to show you the boxes that came off the pallet. Not everything is practical, and some things. So what I did, and that's where I was going, the $213 I did from the yard sale, I added $4 more and spent $217 and got those pallets. But now I made up those 10 boxes with some stuff that I already had. I picked through these boxes that I had. They had towels. They had, I already had the Halloween and Christmas, but I wanted to make sure that like each box, I think I put $20 with the candy. Everybody can always use the candy. So, that's not going to go bad. So that's the thing. I wanted to make sure that people didn't say it was 100% useless box. It was, you can't call them mystery boxes no more. I think they're called surprise boxes, but it was a liquidation box. So I'm going to go inside. I'm going to show you some of the things that we took inside to make up these. And then in the garage, I'll show you a couple of the boxes. The garage is a little messy again. I mean, we still had stuff in there, but you have to go somewhere with the stuff. So we're still talking about the good news. We're not yet on the bad news. So stay tuned. Okay, so like I said, with the rain, it's kind of, I would have liked to show this to you outside, but here's some of the stuff. Some boxes of candy, all kinds of different things, all within code. A box here of all kinds of party stuff. Oh, what's this? A candle, chocolate candle. party stuff. So this was a Dollar General. So we got Dollar General and Walgreens. Like, so candy. We're going to use this because we're making up boxes that people bought from my whatnot. That's candy. A lot of candy here. But you know what? The boxes that we're making up, if we throw $20 worth of candy in there, people will be happy. So we're trying to make sure that they get usually double of what they got. So candy there, candy here, stuffed, more candy. What's been screwing things up is the rain. Wanting to, this is all brought into our dining room. Box has an assortment of different things. Not the fan. My fan fell in there. Hair wraps, hydrating something, bags, makeup, beauty bars, bag. Oh, these are nice. Yeah, these are nice. More candy. So a lot of candy, a lot of party stuff, but we'll definitely have plenty of stuff to make up the boxes, but, All right, there we go. So I had to open up the box. I was having a problem with my phone, too. It was kind of doing the Instagram way, but, yeah, that's right. So we got some Valentine's Day stuff, so they're closing out. I don't know why there was still some Halloween. That was all in October. So, yeah, maybe that, nah, I don't think, yeah, nah. I don't know if that box was from Christmas, but... yeah, Halloween. I don't want to open this up because if it goes all over the place, then there's some sort of balloons for Valentine's Day. But one of the big scores that we got was toilet paper. Holy crap. One of the pallets on the bottom, bath tissue, 1,000 sheets, 4-pack. First of all, we can use that at home. It's 1,000 sheets. Yeah, it's only 1-ply, but you know what? For the, that's one thing about getting the pallets is you get a lot of stuff that sometimes you can use personally, which you save money. And we got we got something like 9 cases of this toilet paper, and there's 12 in a case. So even if selling these at my yard sale at $3 a piece. You figure that out, that's like 35 times, it's like $325 worth of toilet paper. So I paid $217, and I'm going to get over $325 just in toilet paper. We got these, look at these. These came in, those. Again, more stuff here. So this is part of the bad news that you're kind of seeing now. Yeah, we had this wide open that we could go through, and we obviously are making a mess, and but we had to get things. That was the thing. I was gonna film this the other day, and it was pouring rain, so we had to quick unload this, and so we had this emptied out. If you watched our last yard sale video, and that hole's there. And obviously some here, and it's a narrow path, but that's good news, bad news. I mean, it's stuff that we can sell, so it is what it is. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. So, depending upon how you look at it, it's good news, bad news. We took the 213 plus $4, 217, and rolled it into buying these 2 pallets because again, I didn't have the right stuff. Some people won't understand. Oh, Pat, why did you? I didn't have the right stuff to make the 10 boxes. I wanted people to be like, you're never going to make everyone happy. And sometimes, I thought I was getting this. Well, no, that's why it's a surprise box in a sense. You bought the box to support me, but you definitely didn't spend $35 and only get $10 worth of stuff. You definitely got more than what you paid for. Sometimes people want gold. They want $200 worth of gold in a box for $30. If it was that way, then I would keep it, This has become the nightmare pile. We took this all out of a storage unit. If you watch, I did another video on it. But this stuff doesn't lend itself well to selling online. It's all big, bulky stuff that, has been a nuisance. Ever since I put it out here, though, 3 weeks ago, we've got nothing but rain. So, but I'm not paying $175 to store it anymore, but nothing but rain. Nothing but rain. Even to the point where some stuff is, I mean, these are only plastic toys, but, some of the stuff is getting ruined. So my goal is to clear this all out by the end of the summer, even if it has to go into the cargo container, because when we get snow, this can't be here because we're going to need the plow, and obviously the weather is going to kill. Yeah, this is one of the best things I did, was get a dumpster instead of having a little. Now, we do usually recycle cardboard, but at the end of the day, we have to take a big load over to make it worthwhile. Otherwise, a couple boxes here and there. Some of the boxes are so damn damaged and wet. I mean, that doesn't matter for recycling, because I watched a video on recycling, how they put it through a machine and it melts any stickers or things like. The only boxes you can't use in recycling is the ones that have that wax coat, like for tomatoes and cucumbers. But tape and all that comes right off, and then they ground the cardboard up and make it into a paste, and then run it through like a mill and create another sheet. So it's kind of interesting. If I think about it, maybe I'll do a little right here after this, a quick little, what I was talking about, 20-30 seconds video clip.
Where they're mixed with water and agitated roughly to loosen and release the fibers in the paper. The fibers in the paper are broken apart in this process and become suspended in the water to form a slurry.
All right, some of the bad news. The weather has sucked. I got up this morning at 7:15, and I said, well, they said we've had rain like every day. Now, they said we were going to have rain yesterday, so I didn't do a yard sale on Saturday yesterday, because I'm like, no, it's supposed to rain. Here, it didn't rain until about 4 or 5 o'clock, so we could have definitely done. So obviously, we went grocery shopping and did some of our own stuff, and so I set up for the yard sale today, and it was not good. So that's where the bad news kind of comes in. I got all set up for basically by 8:15. I had 80% of what I needed out here, and I put the signs up. I didn't say nothing on Facebook, because a lot of times I notice with Facebook too, the delay. Sometimes you see like 3 days after the fact. I've seen that with estate sales. So, but I have a yard sale that I put out on the edge of the driveway here. I put one out like a mile and a half out off the main road in the other direction. So we didn't see nobody until probably. And the first guy, I went into the house, and my wife made me some. I had to use the restroom, and then I had a little breakfast. It was good because it was cold. It's 57 out here, and it's a little windy. And I guess there's some people someone messaged me. They're without power, and they're only like 2 miles down the road. So the winds came in last night, and the power. It's not been fun weather. It's been a long, cold, wet winter, and then the weather just lately, just rain and wind and dodge that. Now today it's 57 degrees. So we probably got somebody at like 9:40, a guy with $2. I went in and I heard we have 2 cameras, and I heard the garage one go off, but I didn't hear so I came out, and he was standing at the end of the garage. He's probably there for like 20 seconds, but it didn't trip the first camera. So he had a bottle of weed killer, and he says, how much? And I said, $2. And some guy came back today and was asking if we had more, because he was here last week. He said, that stuff is expensive. I think it's like $10-12, and I'm selling for $2. Sometimes I sell stuff too cheap, but sometimes it's some of the stuff you don't even want to put back, and it's bulky, and you hope that people buy other stuff and they come back. And it worked, because the guy that was looking for more was here last week. But I had said if I didn't get no one at 12, I would pack it up. But it was slow. That guy came back, and he spent $20. So we didn't do good today. We only did $32, but we only saw customers maybe between 10:15 and 12:15. So for 2 hours, we did $32. So it was a lot of work for $32. I did consolidate and I'm going to throw some stuff in the dumpster. That was the best thing I ever did, was get a dumpster, because that's helping. So going back to the $217 I spent for the 2 pallets, I already got stuff to help. I mean, if you kind of consider that the toilet paper is worth $325, the boxes was $350. No, that's before whatnot fees, but so really the $217 I spent right there. I mean, let's just say half the stuff from those 2 pallets went in those boxes, because the other stuff I already had. So I already got basically $150 back. I'm going to get $300 and some dollars, and we kept some toilet paper ourselves. So right there, we're already at $500, and that doesn't include other stuff that we're going to sell. I know we got 20 boxes of stuff that we're going to sell, and at 20, that's $400. So easily that 217 is going to turn into $800 to $1,000. So that's not bad. Even though that I'm struggling and things are tight, I'm still doing Instacart, I'm still doing DoorDash. Even though we had good shows this past week, I did a card show last night. That did okay. The weather's not cooperating. Next week is Memorial Day. I was hoping to do Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but now they're saying like rain from like Wednesday to Saturday. So maybe once we get this going and people are in the summer are out running around, I think we could do $500 days. We just don't have the right weather right now, and we have lots of stuff, and one thing I could even sell more boxes, those $35 boxes, and I easily could make up another 10 boxes. So I'll that's part of, I know people sometimes want, oh, you don't need to buy more stuff. They want to criticize and stuff like that. But it needs to be the right stuff that when you're selling it online, not that you're just basically filling a box with garbage and just sending it away, like with no thought into it. You got to think these things out so that people want to come back more, or they don't feel like you kind of just took their money. I don't want to be that guy. But, if you kind of figure 213, I spent 217, and now I'm turning that 217 into 1,000. That's good. That's what you want to do, but you got to be selective. You don't want to buy. You still want to kind of scale, and if I play around a little bit with the yard sale money, doing those type of things without creating this thing in the background here, I don't want to do that. Like, I'm not interested in buying 10 pallets of stuff. We're always guilty, especially, you think, oh, well, I'm going to buy something for $1,000. I could turn it into 15,000. It all sounds good until you try it sometimes, and it doesn't always work. And part of the big problem is, where do you go with this stuff sometimes? Especially when it's seasonal and you're going to sit on it for 6 months. It costs money to store that stuff. It costs and takes up space and time. So good news, bad news, as I said. One of the other good news is I sold 600 keychains. If you guys are interested in keychains, we make 100 of them for $125, 3D print, and then we put a nice vinyl on. We had a guy who does racing cars, so I guess when they come to see his car, he'll have a little box of keychain. Somebody did some for Memorial. Lost their son-in-law and other whatnot. People got them. So there's a lot of things. They'd even be good for... if somebody wanted to do for, let's say, a baby shower or a wedding, like you sit down and you sometimes try to give everyone something for $1.25. It's a nice little keepsake. So if anyone's interested in that part, let me know. I already done 500 of them. I got to finish the 100 today and ship them out. And so that's good news. Our 3D printer, one of them is definitely down and acting up. So. You work these things, and there's always even maintenance with them. So, all right, I do appreciate the support. People have been watching the videos. The yard sale video obviously didn't do good as the me driving and wife lost job. But people are checking out the channel. I do appreciate the support. It's probably the most subscribers I've had off of one video in a long time that quickly. So... I appreciate it. You don't get a lot doing it. You basically get, if you're lucky, a penny a view, and I didn't even get a penny a view on that one. So I'll see you again. Have a great day, and let's see how we do Memorial Day weekend. Okay, the bamboo printer is making some noise. I said to my son, "What is that?" He goes, "Oh, it's leveling." So, man, I'm so excited to share this journey with you guys. And we're picking something. I'm not going to tell you yet what it is, but we're picking something to print. It's going to take 3 colors, and it's going to be the first official item that Patdees is printing. But this is exciting. This is going to be fun. That's what I like about it, and turn this into a nice little business venture.